Proverbs chapter 18, the Passion Translation. Subheader: Wisdom gives life. An unfriendly person isolates himself and seems to care only about his own issues, for his contempt of sound judgment makes him a recluse. Senseless people find no pleasure in acquiring true wisdom, for all they want to do is impress you with what they know. An ungodly man is always cloaked with disgrace, as dishonor and shame are his companions. Words of wisdom are like a fresh flowing brook, like deep waters that spring forth from within, bubbling up inside the one with understanding. It is atrocious when judges show favor to the guilty and deprive the innocent of justice. A senseless man jumps headfirst into an argument. He's just asking for a beating for his reckless words. A fool has a big mouth that only gets him into trouble, and he'll pay the price for what he says. The words of a gossip merely reveal the wounds of his own soul, and his slander penetrates into the innermost being. The one who is too lazy to look for work is the same one who wastes his life away. The character of God is a tower of strength, for the lovers of God delight to run into his heart and be exalted on high. The rich in their conceit imagine that their wealth is enough to protect them. It becomes their confidence in a day of trouble. A man's heart is the proudest when his downfall is nearest, for he won't see glory until the Lord sees humility. Listen before you speak, for to speak before you've heard the facts will bring humiliation. The will to live sustains you when you're sick, but depression crushes courage and leaves you unable to cope. The spiritually hungry are always ready to learn more, for their hearts are eager to discover new truths. Would you like to meet a very important person? Take a generous gift. It will do wonders to gain entrance into his presence. There are two sides to every story. The first one to speak sounds true until you hear the other side, and they set the record straight. A coin toss resolves a dispute and can put an argument to rest between formidable opponents. It is easier to conquer a strong city than to win back a friend whom you've offended. Their walls go up, making it nearly impossible to win them back. Sharing words of wisdom is satisfying to your inner being. It encourages you to know that you've changed someone else's life. Your words are so powerful that they will kill or give life, and the talkative person will reap the consequences. When a man finds a wife, he has found the treasure, for she is the gift of God to bring him joy and pleasure. But the one who divorces a good woman loses what is good from his house. To choose an adulteress is both stupid and ungodly. The poor plead for help from the rich, but all they get in return is a harsh response. Some friendships don't last for long, but there is one loving friend who is joined to the heart, closer than any other. Proverbs 18, Amplified Translation. Subheader: Contrast the upright and the wicked. He who willfully separates himself from God and man seeks his own desire. He quarrels against all sound wisdom. A closed-minded fool does not delight in understanding, but only in revealing his personal opinions, unwittingly displaying his self-indulgence and his stupidity. When the wicked man comes to the depth of evil, contempt of all that is pure and good also comes, and with inner baseness, dishonor, comes out shame and scorn. The words of a man's mouth are like deep waters, copious and difficult to fathom. The fountain of mature godly wisdom is like a bubbling stream, sparkling fresh, pure, and life-giving. To show respect to the wicked is not good, nor to push aside and deprive the righteous of justice. A fool's lips bring contention and strife, and his mouth invites a beating. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are the snare of his soul. The words of a whisperer, a gossip, are like dainty morsels to be greedily eaten. They go down into the innermost chambers of the body, to be remembered and mused upon. He who is careless in his work is a brother to him who destroys. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runs to it and is safe and set on high, far from evil. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and like a high wall of protection is his own imagination and conceit. Before disaster, the heart of a man is haughty and filled with self-importance, but humility comes before honor. He who answers before he hears the facts, it is folly and shame to him. The spirit of a man sustains him in sickness, but as for a broken spirit, who can bear it? The mind of the prudent always acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise always seeks knowledge. A man's gift, given in love or courtesy, makes room for him and brings him before great men. The first one to plead his case seems right, until another comes and cross-examines him. To cast lots puts an end to quarrels and decides between powerful contenders. A brother offended is harder to win over than a fortified city. And contentions separating families are like the bars of a castle. A man's stomach will be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth. He will be satisfied with the consequence of his words. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it and indulge it will eat its fruit and bear the consequences of their words. He who finds a true and faithful wife finds a good thing and obtains favor and approval from the Lord. The poor man pleads, but the rich man answers roughly. The man of too many friends, chosen indiscriminately, will be broken in pieces and come to ruin. But there is a true, loving friend who is reliable and sticks closer than a brother. Proverbs 18, New Living Translation. Unfriendly people care only about themselves. They lash out at common sense. Fools have no interest in understanding. They only want to air their own opinions. Doing wrong leads to disgrace, and scandalous behavior brings contempt. Wise words are like deep waters. Wisdom flows from the wise, like a bubbling brook. It is not right to acquit the guilty or deny justice to the innocent. Fools' words get them into constant quarrels. They are asking for a beating. The mouth of fools are their ruin. They trap themselves with their lips. Rumors are dainty morsels that sink deep into one's heart. A lazy person is as bad as someone who destroys things. The name of the Lord is a strong fortress. The godly run to him and are safe. The rich think of their wealth as a strong defense. They imagine it to be a high wall of safety. Haughtiness goes before destruction. Humility precedes honor. Spouting off before listening to the facts is both shameful and foolish. The human spirit can endure a sick body, but who can bear a crushed spirit? Intelligent people are always ready to learn. Their ears are open for knowledge. Giving a gift can open doors. It gives access to important people. The first to speak in court sounds right, until the cross-examination begins. Flipping a coin can end arguments. It settles disputes between powerful opponents. An offended friend is harder to win back than a fortified city. Arguments separate friends like a gate locked with bars. Wise words satisfy like a good meal. The right words bring satisfaction. The tongue can bring death or life. Those who love to talk will reap the consequences. The man who finds a wife finds a treasure, and he receives favor from the Lord. The poor plead for mercy. The rich answer with insults. There are friends who destroy each other, but a real friend sticks closer than a brother.